So before the show, you were talking about the importance of strength training.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's really been a topic a lot in the health and fitness industry, and how important strength training is. And I know that for years it was thought about, this goes back many years ago, 40, 50 years ago, 40 years ago, when I first started strength training, only bodybuilders and powerlifters strength trained, and strength training was going to cause you to get bulky and you wouldn't be able to move very fast. So basketball players and baseball players, they couldn't do it. And well, that's largely been debunked. And now we've shown the importance of strength training for everybody. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like there's like this stigma with women sometimes where they don't want to do it because of the same thing. They don't want to well, I don't want big giant muscles. I just want to, do whatever. I'm like, I don't think you understand how much work it takes to get those big giant muscles. It's not just lifting your 10 pounds, we've got to build that muscle for a lot of reasons. But I think that doing that consistency is huge. And I feel like it definitely has to be at least like 3 days a week for the people that I work with, and even myself. We've got to get in there and make sure that those muscles, because they're helping our movement patterns in general, right? Because we're doing all the things that we do in a day, or we're sitting all day long. We've got to be able to move those muscles so we can kind of do all the things that we want to do in life as well. But the strength training is huge. And I think that people don't realize how much it takes to get those big bulky muscles that they're talking about. It takes a lot more. I watched my son try to bulk up for college football this last summer to go into college football season this year. And I'm like, gosh, it takes so much just to get that bigger muscle that they're looking at. So we can't be, afraid of that.
Well, and of course, women respond different than men too. So,
well, yes, true.
And typically, women aren't going to get big, bulky muscles typically.
Right.
But it's so important to have good, lean body mass, and especially as we age, because we lose up to 5% of our lean body mass every 10 years after the age of 30. So if you're not trying to maintain that or even gain it, and you can gain lean body mass into your 50s, easily, but you have to do strength training.
Yeah, for sure. And I love helping. I used to train older clients a lot when I first started, and just these little older ladies that are in there, and they're doing their little oh my gosh, the little machine with the cable machine, and they're on there, and they're just they just feel strong too. So there's obviously this physical aspect to it, but mentally it just makes you feel confident. I don't know. There's just this confidence that kind of comes from all of that too. We're just lifting something, or I was able to do this today and I couldn't do that the other day and I don't think it's too late to start. So if you've not been doing it, let's go now, there is, it's not too late at this point.
Well, and one thing I think we forget about strength training is that we forget how functional it is. So, for instance, if you're lifting, there's a lot of people that get injured when they lift something. So if you're regularly lifting and you're stronger and your muscles are more developed, you have a less chance of getting injured lifting something on a day-to-day routine.
Yeah. I love functional fitness anyway, and use a lot of that stuff because there is less equipment in different, people can do a lot of these things from their home. But for that very reason, it just makes your day-to-day life a lot easier. You're pushing things, you're pulling things, you're lifting things, you're picking up things. We've got to do that without, if we're sitting all day and we're not doing all those things, when we go to, get something, lift something, pick it up off the floor, we're going to injure our backs and then be, out for who knows how long with some kind of injury. So definitely need to have that functional piece as well. I love that functional fitness stuff.
Jenny, you were going to say something.
I am. I'm listening to all this and I'm thinking, oh my, it isn't just the lean body mass that I'm concerned about. As we age, we need our bones to be healthy, and that includes me too, because you fall and break a hip, and you think of a cancer survivor, all those chemicals that were put in them and all the side effects from them. They need to repair and have strong bones. And so the only way you can do that is weight bearing. There's just no other way. And I know nutrition is important to it too, but it is super, super good for your bones. I mean, you just don't get the results from the other things out there. So, when ladies are worried about bulking up, it's, you have some bone tissue, and let's build on it and protect it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so true. And a lot of those meds, they do make it like they do deteriorate some of that bone.
Oh, yeah.
And it is very, very vital. And a lot of the cancer doctors around here now are very much for strength training after, once you're able to do that. And, some people can do that during, but especially after, once you've got that, and getting mobility back. A lot of times these surgeries are not giving them, mobility. And so they're not able to do some of those exercises the way that they used to. And so there's definitely benefit from that. But those meds, there's a lot of, I was reading the labels of some of those things way back in the day, and it's not pretty.
No, there's some nasty side effects. I mean, they're killing cells. So unfortunately they kill some healthy cells too. So
yeah, for sure.
So as we wind this podcast up, Holly, tell us, what do you have a passion for?
I just have a passion for helping people find confidence in their daily life. And I know this is all health and fitness, but I feel like it all ties in, because helping people pick up the pieces off the floor when like things like cancer or anything comes in your life and kind of shatters that, world that you had going on at some point, just being able to pick up those pieces one at a time and using health and fitness as a way to kind of move into the door of someone's life, to be able to do that, to show them that they can pick up those pieces and kind of rebuild whatever it is that they want that to look like. And I just really feel like health and fitness has been a way that I've been able to do that in my life, just because it's my passion. I can kind of share that with other people, but just giving people confidence again, especially after some of these things in life. Life happens sometimes, and it is not always pretty, but we can move to the next. We can take more from our struggle than it takes from us. And that's kind of been my motto for the last 12 years. And that's kind of what I want to pass on to other people.
That's awesome.